Hi everybody, here I am again. So finally the module number 5 is done and behind me. Probably I'm going to go through all of the modules again really soon in the future, especially the first few, because I need to get through that. I need to really immerse myself into that. But for now, the module 5 is done. Module 5 is all about sale. So basically, it focuses on your beliefs and everything that surrounds about that subject in your life. So to give you a perspective from where my point of starting point was, I come from the culture and from family where my belief about scale was I was always skeptic. I was always sarcastic around it because I that's the way that I learned to see it through my whole life, right? And every time that somebody was selling something, I was like, okay, what's the catch? What do you want to, get in return? Where do you want to screw me? Because of course, nobody's want to sell you something until they're going to get a much bigger gain than you're going to give it to them, right? Because the no good deeds are possible in this life. However, I always had that little voice nudging me and saying, no, and not everything is like that. Not everything is like that. There are like good things. There are good people that really do care about it. So once I went through this course, and especially World Summit, because World Summit for me was intro into this course. I was not even done with the module 5. I'm talking about module 5 yet. So, like by bit, your way of seeing things and thinking about that subject started to change. So yes, I do recognize, and I do say that out there are still salesmen that want to screw you over, that want to, get more from you than they want to give you in return. However, that's not always the case, thank God. And it depends on your focus, basically, and your perspective, and what do you see in life, and what do you actually attract, right? Because we all attract what we think about. You wanted to, saying that's true or not, it's completely up to you. But, the world is still round, it's still not flat, and you don't have to accept it if you don't want to, but that's the fact. So when it comes to the sale, I was really skeptic. The first thing that I did regarding myself, it's like buying for myself and my own self-growth was this course, because I was really mentally and spiritually, I was pushed to the breaking point where I was like, I cannot go like this anymore. I need to change something about that. So this course so far has broken so many walls for me, and a lot of my old beliefs have tumbled down, especially the sales one. I was not even aware how big the sales belief was, in my life, because it's really important when you look at it. It's the way that you present yourself to the world, the way that you put your worth out and expect for everybody else to get the worth back. Because just let me put this into perspective. So sale is not just giving something to get the money back. Sale is everything in your life. So basically, if you're having a discussion with your friend or whoever, and if you want them to see your point of view and persuade them into something, that's a sale. You have to sell them yourself, your point of view. And after going through Dean's book, I actually did go through Dean's book, the Millionaire Success Habits. He's also mentioning that, for example, Mother Teresa or Nelson Mandela, they are a big names like in our history, and they did change a lot of things in a lot of people's lives, right? But they would not be able to do that if they were not a good salesman and saleswoman about their own product, their own mindset. Their product was their mindset, basically. So if they were not good at that, and not, good at sharing themselves and selling themselves to other people, you would not know about them, and they would not make a difference and make a change in the world. So just thinking about it from that perspective, it's like, oh my God, the sale is not bad. It's not like that somebody's going to screw me over everything. it's like, yeah, it can, you just have to see the things from different perspective, which is sometimes difficult when you don't see the different perspective. Somebody needs to show it to you and you have to be open to see it. So for me, it made a lot of difference because I feel a little bit more courageous. And it's like, it doesn't seem like a big deal anymore because, it's just the natural way of things in life, right? So yeah, that helped me for sure. Also, I did mention to my husband, I said, like, if I only knew about all of these principles and this kind of mentality and way of thinking when I was doing I say, not shitty, but it was beginning jobs in sales where we were struggling. When we came to this country, we were doing some really, really, really shitty jobs, like most newcomers do when they come, because you do the survival jobs, right? So if I was a little bit, not better, but if I only had a little bit different mindset about this, oh my God, where would be my end? Like, because I can see only myself strolling and going for more and more and higher top, right? And people who do succeed, they have this kind of mindset. So I think it's really important, and just think about yourself, put yourself, just give yourself 5 to 15 minutes, however you need, and just write it down on the piece of paper if that helps you, and just check where you are regarding the subject. What sales mean to you? What is it? What is it like? Is it something that is, like putting a block on you and you don't want to go through it because you're scared or something? What is it there that is blocking you, basically? So that's just popped into my head right now. So just try it, because for me that made a big difference so far. So also I would mention that in this module they do give you actually the blueprints of the way that they do the sale, the way that they call it mastermind. So basically the workshop, like Time to Thrive challenge, and that they call that mastermind, like their platform, right? So when they are doing that workshop and everything else, they are giving you the guides and the steps how they're doing it, like a blueprint. We are doing this now, and this is here, and you give the sale, you give the offer to your product here. So basically they're giving you everything. There's nothing there's nothing hidden, or they don't keep a part of that for themselves. You can see everything, the whole transparency. And when I was listening to that, I'm like, oh my God, that's why it worked for me. Of course, you're not going to attract everybody, because you don't want everybody. You just want people who need your help and who are open for your help, because a lot of people can use your help, let's be honest, but not a lot of people can hear you and are ready to hear you. So you need those kind of people. So how to attract the right kind of people, and everything is there. Marketing and sales is like two twin brothers. They have to go together. They have to be coherent, right? So it was really, mind-blowing, and it's so simple. It's so simple that it's like, oh my God, like, why isn't that taught to kids in the school? Why the heck aren't we empowering our children and our people and everybody around us? Why the heck are we still providing them with scarcity mindset and be careful of this, be careful of that? Of course things happen, of course bad things are going to happen, of course somebody's going to screw you over. That's part of life. But every time something bad happens, and every time, as Dean mentioned, every time you have a failure, you get richer after that. Once you get over that roadblock, right? You have to go through it, or you're going to die. What do you want to do? Or be in coma? I mean, the only way that I can see me thriving in my life going through is just me thriving and me going, further and further, like conquering my own problems and my own sometimes beliefs like this, and my own basically roadblocks. So that's something to think about. So now I would just like to mention one thing. I said that I have listened to Dean's book. I was really resourceful, like I always am, and I'm proud of myself for that. So you can find it on YouTube. There is like not just one, it's few options. You can find a free audiobook. So I just, because I always make a mistake. So it's Millionaire Success Habits. Just type it down in YouTube search, Millionaire Success Habits free audiobook, and you're gonna find it, the whole book. And it's really good, of course. It covers the whole Project Next course and the Time to Try challenge and the World Summit. Just like Dean always says, everything is the same. Yes, it is, but it has layers, right? And every time you listen to something, something else pops to you, and you can see something else because at that time you're ready to see something else, right? So it all depends on you, also on your psychological and physical, not physical, mental state. So also one of the things that he's mentioning there in that book is that he's given the 30-day challenge on one of he made a website. So it's 30-day challenge for better life. I'm just reading this because I always screw something up when when talking about the things that I'm going through, I always forget the name or something. So I have to put that down. I had to do it this time. So it's basically 30-day challenge for better life. I'm going to put the the link to the website down below, so you can go and check it out. Please do, if you're interested into better to get your life a little bit better. Basically, what he did he's like 30 days. I started it right away. So 30 days, every day you have, he's guiding you for those 30 days, what to do every day. It's quite easy. It's not a big challenge. It's not climbing on top of the mountain, or, you doing some extremely difficult stuff. It's basically doing the step by step, changing your beliefs, getting new habits, because that's the main point of this. If you want to get better at your life, and if you want to thrive in your life, you have to get better habits, or change the habits that you have for the new ones that are going to benefit you more. So it's about that. And of course you can do it by yourself, but what he's giving you here is basically 30-day guidance, right? And it's for free. Yes, to be completely honest, he is offering you some of his other products, right? Like there's like a planner, something like that. It's a different name, but something like that. If you want to buy it, but you're not obligated to buy anything. Basically, he's giving this for free. And he's also mentioning, to be honest, I didn't even check this part because I don't really care about that right now. My main focus is for me to better myself and to thrive myself, because I finally figured it out. I want to be a life coach, and I'm going for my goal finally, after so long living on this planet. I'm not going to say how long, but I finally know what I want to be when I grow up. I finally grew up, I guess, and I want to be a life coach. Everything so far led me to this point, so I'm going for my goal. So yeah, he's mentioning that if you go through this, you're collecting points. There is some kind of way for you that you can collect points, and you can even get some kind of rewards. I don't care about it, but just so you know, it's there. You can check it on his website, and if you want to enroll, everything is completely free. You don't have to pay anything. You really don't have to pay anything. And yeah, even if you don't enroll, you do still have under, I think, book resources. You can see a lot of resources that can help you. Just pinpointing where you are basically right now. Just, I'm not gonna go over it. You just go and check it out. The link I'm going to put into the description, so just check it out. Also, I wanted to address one person here that is the only one active on my videos, and that's Terry. Thank you so much for being an active part of this. It means a lot. It means a lot because I'm not just rambling to some invisible crowd, there is you know, there is a name and a person behind that name, and who always you know, comments back, and thank you so much for that. Regarding your question about the dot, so see, I'm still I'm still figuring that out. The problem is because we can have more than one dot, right? So basically the dot is you, like you in the past, you when you overcome some difficulties, or you when you had some kind of experience that you learn from that and you grow from that. It can be anything, basically anything, like you know, how you started to cook, how you learn how to make a great pizza, anything really. Or even like Tony started, his thought was again him when he started going to the course to that guy, I forgot the name, like I always do. So you know the name, the story about it. So basically anything. However, sometimes you can be conflicted and you know, like confused, like I am, and you cannot pinpoint which experience and which situation to start from. What Tony said, just pick one. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that I would maybe suggest to you, because I'm going through this right now, when you think about your dad, think about something that is like there is a problem that people are aware of that. Like, for example, I think I'm going to start, you know, to focus for the start on moms with small kids, because right now I'm going through that. I'm going through that for last 5 years. So I do have some, you know, knowledge and some experience in that area, and there is some wisdom that I can share. So maybe somebody can be helped by it, especially because my situation is that I'm a mom with 2 small kids, and I live in a country where I have no family, so no community, no help from anybody. So me and my husband, we are all alone, and especially now because we moved to another city and another province into our country. So we're all alone, and it can be quite difficult when you don't have, you know, grandma and grandpa in like 15 minutes away that you can count on sometimes, right? Especially when you're all alone. So that is going to be probably my starting point, but that's not the only thing that I'm, you know, the only dot that I can think of. I can think of like at least 5 dots, but probably this one is going to be mine. So the same goes to you. Just think what's the more because to be honest, whatever I'm going to cover in my own course, or whatever I decide, I'm still thinking about it, decide to go through, it's going to be like basically for the general public. Everybody can use it, right? It's going to be helpful for everybody, but I have to start somewhere. So that's where my dot comes to, and later on we'll see how it builds up and how it stretches. I hope it's going to, I know I'm going to be successful, let's say it like that. I'm so over hope that I know what my path is right now. So I hope that this is going to be helpful for you. If not, if you have more questions, please do put the question in the chat like you did before. Also, for everybody else, please do please put a question, put anything in the chat. Just hi, just so I know that, you know, you're alive, the people who are listening to this. So that's it from me for today. And I wish you all the luck, of course. Please do hit subscribe and like, and see you on my next video of the module 6 and the last module actually from the Project Next course. Bye-bye for now.